Alright guys, this is now my 7th time trying this video, so I don't feel like making any more, so I'm just going to go with it regardless of how it turns out. I'm going to be doing things a little differently, so instead of talking about myself, I'm going to be talking about what not to do during an elevator pitch with a future employer. So first off, don't chew gum. You want to make sure you're very clear when you're speaking to him. It's always good to ask questions. Please do not dress like this in a tank with some sunglasses on like you just came from the gym. When you're talking about yourself, it's always good to list some traits or some qualities or some strengths. Employers like to hear that, so you want to tell them you're dependable, you're responsible, you're on time, you're a hard worker, maybe even like a fast learner. Depending on what job, telling him that you have good social skills is really important. Also, some employers may not ask this, but it's also good to list some weaknesses. But you don't want to list weaknesses that are actually bad. You want to list weaknesses that are actually good. Now, what I mean by that is if someone were to ask me what a weakness is, I would say that I'm a perfectionist. So it's actually not a weakness if you think about it, it's actually a strength, and employers will like that. So if I'm applying for a job like a server, I'm going to say, hey, I've had previous serving experience, I've served for 3 years, I've been in various sports and activities and club, I'm a very sociable person, stuff like that. And to an employer, that's going to be very good, and you're going to be very volatile in the market. So I would say go and stuff like that. If you are going to shake his hand, shake it professionally. Don't give him a dap. Don't bro hug him. Don't do anything like that. Also, when you're asking questions, you want to ask important questions like, what does a typical workday look like? What kind of training do you guys offer? Stuff like that. You don't want to ask questions like, how much am I getting paid? Or how many hours do I have to work? What if I show up late? Stuff like that. That's just immature questions. And lastly, get their contact information, maybe set up an actual interview or informal interview, and possibly have a job down the road when you need one. So those are just some things not to do, or some tips. Thank you.